PSA to women out there who travel alone. I have never experienced anything like this. I hope I never experience anything like it again. And I hope nothing, like, if it's close to that or worse than that, that was scary. That was scary. I don't want to do that again. No, thank you. Hey, I'm doing another one take wonder. Hopefully, it seems like you guys liked the last couple of them, so hopefully this one goes well as well. So excuse me if I trip over my words, or if my camera like falls down or something, because I just set it up on the middle console of the car, and I'm just hoping that it stays there while I drive and pay attention to the road in front of me. I was driving the other day, as you saw. I stopped, pulled off onto the side of the road in one of those like little picnic areas that it has no bathrooms, it has no nothing, just literal picnic tables and trash cans, but set up in a way to where, you know, they want it to look cute and naturey and off the road. So it's like an exit off the road. You pull off the highway, and then in between the highway and the place, like the exit road that you're driving on, it's a bunch of trees, so it completely blocks the view of the highway. And then there's more trees where the picnic tables are and whatnot, and like little sidewalks. You can go for a little loop around the sidewalks at the picnic area. But you pull in. So this is what I did. I pulled in, right? I'm like, let me just stop really quick. I'm going to stop. There's not going to be like too many people around here, but usually there are people stopped at, you know, the pull-offs, because there's a lot of semis and truckers and whoever. And so I was expecting, you know, probably a handful of people there, but probably better than stopping at a gas station and just filming my video in a gas station parking lot. And also better than filming like this, because the audio is not great and the video is probably a bit bumpy when I just set it up in the middle console and try to drive. So I did just that. Pulled off, turned off the car for maximum audio crispness. Even though I don't like that word crisp, but let's go for it. By the way, hey, my name is Dars. Welcome here on this channel. We challenge the comfort zone, which I definitely was way the heck out of my comfort zone the other day when this happened. Let's just stop there. Look at my other videos. We do a lot of fun stuff here. A lot of talks. We learn and grow. Okay. Keywords. Oh my gosh. This is literally what I was talking about the other day. Again, you cannot become a patient person. You can't become a patient person and not expect to go through times where you must be patient. Your patience will be tried if you want to become a patient person. I promise. So, what happened? I said it 3 times or 4 times already, but I pulled off, stopped my car, pulled out my camera, set it up, filmed my video. And as I was setting up my camera, I noticed, okay, there's a car in front of me, like a good length in front of me, like, I don't even know, like 50 feet maybe. A good, like, 5 or 10 car lengths in front of me, okay? Plenty of space between us. He was at the other end of the parking picnic area, and I was at the, like, entry area. Yes, it was a guy. I saw him get out of his car. He was sitting there for a while I was sitting there too. Then he got out of his car, went to the driver's side, opened the driver's door, was doing something or another. I couldn't really tell if there was a person in the passenger seat or not. I don't know. He was just being kind of weird. He was kind of limpy and doing something in his car. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to kind of keep an eye on him, but like not stare, you know? But at least I have my sunglasses on, so they probably couldn't tell whether I was... Anyway, they're too far away. They couldn't tell whether I was staring at them or not. I filmed my video, but with my camera low enough down where he wouldn't have been able to see that I was filming, but he would have probably seen that I was talking, maybe. And then when I was done, and I had noticed at some point he went back into the driver's side and, you know, sat there. And then as I was finishing up, another car came, parked in front of the other car that was there. So now there are 3 cars here at this parking spot. And nobody got out of the car, which, okay, yeah, there's no bathroom, so you're not really probably gonna get out of the car unless you're stretching your legs. I don't know. I don't know what people generally do at those picnic stops, honestly. Like, why have a picnic spot not for truckers apparently, because there were no truckers there, and not have bathrooms. So anyway, I was just feeling a little like, just watching this guy and like wondering what he's doing. And this other car that I pulled up, okay, they pulled up right in front of, they were like closely parked, those other two cars, far from me. And then I go ahead, do my uploady thing on my phone, and then I call my sister because I'm like, let me see. I almost always call at least one of my sisters when I'm driving. So called my sister and pulled off like I was leaving. And as I'm leaving, as I'm getting closer to this car, the guy gets out of his car and he walks straight towards me in the very middle of the lane. There's really only room for a car to drive one direction, plus, the other car that's parked, which is his car, to be right there. So it's not like a double lane or anything. There's not like that much room on both sides. There's trees and sidewalk and garbage cans and whatnot. Literally blocks my exit. That is the only way to get out of the picnic area. Oh gosh, my camera's gonna fall when I go around this turn. Nope, maybe not. Okay. Blocks my exit. I'm like, dude, if you don't get out of my way, I'm gonna have to run you over. I start sweating, my hairs start to prickle. I'm just like super tense. Like, what is he doing? I'm on complete high alert. Like, why is this guy walking directly in front of my car, like in the very middle of the lane, straight towards me? I'm like, dude, you better move. I'm like glancing around trying to figure out how am I going to get around this guy, or how am I going to get out of here, because I am not, like, what is going on? And it's enough length to where he's like, it's several paces where he's walking right towards me, and he sees that I'm trying to get past him, and he like starts to veer off towards my side. So his car's over here, right? He gets out of his car, comes across the lane, like, but directly towards me for several paces, and then starts going on to my side of the car. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank goodness he's coming to the side, and he clearly wants to talk to me. He's looking directly at me through the windshield. I see his eyes looking at me. Ugh. And he comes to my side of the car, like 2 feet away from my car. Like, he clearly wants to talk to me. He clearly wants me to roll down the window. And as soon as he moved enough to the side to where I could just zip between him and his car, I mean, I didn't necessarily gun it, but like, I pressed on that gas pedal, and I was like, this gas ain't gassing hard enough. It needs to gas better. Like, and as soon as I started pressing on the gas, and I was like, okay, back up for a half second. As I noticed he was coming directly towards me, blocking my exit, I'm like, let me make sure my car doors are locked, because I do not want him trying to open my car door. He might have noticed me like glance around and do that movement, because it's like a little bit obvious, this is a rental car. I've never driven it before, and so I had to figure out where is the lock button actually. Ugh. And so I locked the doors. He came to my door, came right by my window, and I was gone. I was like, I'm not putting my window down. I'm not talking to you. I don't know what's going on. You could have went and talked to that other, if he had car trouble, he could have went to the car that was in front of him and talked to them. Like, why did he not do that? I didn't have enough sense in me to notice, I didn't notice if he had a passenger in his car. I didn't notice if the car in front of him was another guy, or if it was a female or anything. I don't know who was driving that second car. But I was very glad, first of all, that I was on the phone with my sister, because I was like, okay, if anything happens, I can tell her what's going on. And second of all, I was just glad that he got out of my freaking way, because I literally would have run him over. I was terrified. I was like, oh my gosh. I don't know. That was just maybe there's the chance that nothing was gonna happen. Maybe he literally had an honest question, whatever. But I was like, I'm not the one to be here risking my life or something. I don't know. Like, who knows what he wanted. That was scary. I don't think I'm ever gonna pull off into a picnic area again, especially not if it's out of the view of the highway. No, I'd rather stop and die of embarrassment, although I wouldn't, because I've done it before. I've definitely filmed myself very obviously in public places before. But I would rather embarrass the heck out of myself filming myself like in some public place, like a gas station or like in the middle of a Walmart for all I care, rather than trying to pull off into a quiet, solitary place off the highway where nobody can see you and have that happen again. No, thank you. So that was a good learning lesson for me, because I've never had to experience anything like it before. And thankfully I wasn't with the kids at that moment. I don't know, like... Okay. So, I'm glad I was able to drive out of there. I'm glad I was on the phone with my sister, like I said. And y'all, be careful. I don't know. I have taken classes. I've taken like karate before, and I think I need to get back into it. Like, before I start going off traveling alone, who knows if I will have the courage to do so. I hope I do. But also, guys, there's creepy people out there. I don't know. I was just scared. Maybe I was just overly nervous and scared. But tell me if you've ever experienced anything like that before. And I know there are stories. I know there are definitely horror stories. But there are also a lot of great people out there that are just super friendly and nice and want to, I don't know. Who knows what that guy wanted? Who knows? But I was not about to find out. Thanks for being here. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.